Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Dead Cells, where I'm hoping that we're going to be able to carry over a little bit of that momentum from yesterday. I am not 100% sure which of these tubes I want. I kind of don't think any of them feel super strong. The one on the right, I guess you could go Rapier plus... You know what, yeah, let's do that. We'll leave the shield out. We'll take the ice sparks, or the ice shards rather. I'm a big fan of the ice shards, and I feel like we've been not using them very much because they don't really fit into a lot of builds all that naturally. But this should be a good fit for them. Like, you really want them as a secondary instead of a shield or a ranged weapon, and that does, you know, create some problems, especially in purple, where you are very incentivized to have a ranged weapon, and green, where you are very incentivized to have a shield. Okay, got through that without losing our thing, and yeah, I will absolutely take that. That's awesome. Got through there without losing our combo. I probably should have gotten hit there. I did telluric strike. What's that thing called? Telluric whatever. Directly onto that projectile, and the game was nice and chose not to punish me for it. But that's probably not the way you ought to do that. So there's one more, there's one more big walking enemy down there. How do we want to... What is the appropriate way to do this? Oh, this is a nightmare. Okay. There you go, that's how you start that. And then we still got big green over here. Okay. I don't know if throw some ice at him and then run away is really a good strategy, but it is the strategy I chose. Again, some really questionable play on my part, not really getting punished for it. But I should not have rolled toward him and stabbed him while he was in the middle of his combo. Seems like a really easy way to get hit. Okay. I do like the fact that the ice shards do enough damage to kill a rat. I was not expecting that. You don't really think of them as a damage item. Okay, so we got our combo door locked in. That's a pretty compelling start. Oh, I missed the one rat entirely. Ah, okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everyone stop panicking. I guess I should have actually compared that to my current crossbow. I mean, we're going to replace it with the hunter's grenade anyway, right? So I guess it's not a big deal. As soon as we find the showroom, we're dropping this thing. And then, obviously, we don't have a way of controlling enemies right now, but... Oh, no, sorry, I'm dropping the telluric shock. Why was I thinking I was red? I don't know. We don't have a way of controlling enemies, but my suspicion, based on what we saw yesterday, is that there probably aren't a lot of rares left in the first few biomes. Like, we might have to go all the way to the ossuary to find a guy to steal a rare from. Let's let him do that. So it probably isn't a big deal that we don't have a way of controlling enemies right now. We'll have plenty of time to find something. I really do like this weapon. I really do like both of these weapons. I guess I should be facing this way, because he's going to turn around right here. That didn't really work the way I wanted it to. I thought for sure that the ice shards that I threw there were going to have some effect. Oh. Well, that sucks. That's a dumb way to take damage. Drop down directly onto the projectile. I thought for sure... that we were going to end up behind that. It was nice of him to just stand under the trap there and wait for me. Show me purples. Ooh, nope, we're not taking it. We're not paying for wings just yet. We may well want to pay for some wings at some point, but probably we ought to save for the moment. And I think we're taking the same path that we took yesterday. It's a bummer that you don't get a late shop, but if we're fighting the concierge, it's probably not that big of a deal. You know, he's not that likely to do damage to you, or to do a huge amount of damage to you. He's not going to hit you very many times, so you're not going to take a ton of melees against him. Ooh. Do I want to replace my turret? I think I do. Crusher's very good. I do like a trap where you can just set it and then, you know, forget it. I feel like that usually works out in our favor. Yeah, we could do this. Oh, one of these. These are always a bummer. Oh, I was expecting a single strike to be enough on that. Right, I should have known. Any delay at all is going to respawn the things. There we go. It took a little bit of doing. So, no, absolutely not. It's gonna be tough for us to replace this necklace with anything that doesn't have 2 points of our preferred stat on it. Although obviously I would take an invisibility. I guess we gotta probably clear these dudes out. Okay, I am super happy to see uncursed watermelon. Is that the only food we have sitting out? It is. Alright, let's not take it yet then. But there's a decent chance we're going to get out of here with 0 malaise, which obviously is pretty easy to feel good about. Okay, there's... I think that shape is one of the lore areas that doesn't reward anything, right? That's going to be the one where the guy's cell is flooded with water and he wants us to let him out. But let's go over there and double check that assumption. Yeah, okay, so we don't get anything from this one. Alright, well, let's eat our watermelon and get out of here. We've got a pretty good amount of money going, too, for this early in the run. I'm feeling okay about it. Yeah, I guess this is fastest. So I was talking a little bit about a streamer that I used to be really into during yesterday's run, called Lethal Frag, and after I finished yesterday's recording session, I went and looked him up. And I have to admit, so with a little bit of trepidation, you always got to be worried about people on the internet. It feels like you'll watch a bunch of somebody's content and then you'll fall off for whatever reason, and then 3 years later you hear about them in conjunction with an arrest because they were soliciting a young fan for, you know, the kind of stuff I'm talking about. This may have happened to a couple of you. This unpleasant revelation. But it turns out Lethal Frag is not a piece of garbage, at least not publicly. And in fact, not only is he still making content, but also he is specifically making a lot of Dead Cells content. And I restrained myself from watching because I didn't want to, like... It's not a spoiler concern at this point, but I don't want to just be like, oh, well, this is how the good players do it, so this is how I will do it. But I'm excited after I finish this series, after we win this, which we are totally going to. I'm excited to go check out what he's doing now. I'm sure he'll be doing a lot of Spelunky 2 stuff, and I'm going to have to not watch any of that, too, because I really do want to have a sense of discovery with that. We should take this, right? It doesn't synergize very well, but it's a 7S. I hate to feel like I'm always just using the same items all the time, but, like, we should take a weapon upgrade if we're offered a weapon upgrade. And also, also, it is a very good weapon. And I keep checking in with this guy, like, there's... I'm worried that I will have gotten a blueprint and forgotten to have turned it in, basically. But then I'm embarrassed when it turns out that that is not, in fact, what has happened. I do think the Electric Whip is particularly good for this biome. These biomes that have a lot of verticality to them. We'll start left today. I also really like the fact that it can kill the little mushroom guys while they're in their crouch state. Because, you know, that's annoying. It's not really much worse than that, but annoying's bad enough. We might be able to... Is there a plus damage against slowed enemies affix? I should probably be caring a little bit more about our affixes and stuff, about the traits that we get on our weapons. Like, we're at the part of the game where optimization matters a lot, right? Oh, this is gonna be dangerous. I'm always a little nervous about these bits where it's two ledges, because we see some inconsistent behavior sometimes on these. Oh, I rolled through him and then, like, hovered off the ground for no reason and sort of, like, came back in front of him. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. Well, it's one bad malaise. It's not the end of the world. And it's early enough that it certainly doesn't disrupt our ability to combo out. So I'm trying to maintain a little bit more focus. Like I was talking about yesterday, having a level of intentionality, like per button press, I think is going to be really helpful. But it also requires a lot of focus, and so apologies if I'm a little less chatty than normal. I have thought about just trying a silent episode. That'll probably be something that happens in the pretty near future. But obviously, I did not elect to do it today, mostly because I didn't really... Hold on a second. Yeah, there's a whole area over there. Mostly because I didn't really think about it until just now. I started recording while talking, and we're going to finish recording while talking. I'm not even gonna leave that there. Okay. A reasonable quarter of a stage, I guess. Try not to take one malaise per quarter. That's a little awkward. It's interesting that he considers that a separate platform. Because he did his platform to platform leap instead of just walking across the flower. There's some weirdness with the flowers, for sure. Okay, I was really worried. I was going to roll all the way through the little gap there. Oh god. That almost turned out really poorly. Okay, hold on. We're going to back up here. It's to a different platform. Do not like the invisibility. Whew. That could have been really ugly. We should probably take this. I will be bummed out to lose you burn the ground when you run, but, like, I should probably be more aggressive with making sure we're getting the right colored stats from our necklaces. You know, optimization. Every little bit counts. We are at the top part of the game. This is where you gotta turn it all on. You gotta put it all together. What am I doing fighting enemies with my own hands like some kind of sucker? When I got this magic crusher thing. I don't even know what it is. It's just a magic rock that is very unpleasant. It is magically unpleasant. But it does feel like 60 kills just takes forever, huh? Is there... Can I get down and approach that from the side? Yeah, I think I would rather come at that situation from a horizontal angle than a vertical one. Right, and then we drop down here. Okay. I did not mean to do that. That was a little more than I had intended. Hold on, we're gonna kill this guy first, just to clean things up a little bit, and then... There we go. That's what I wanted. I wanted to get one of them caught in the thing. It was messy, but we didn't actually get hit. So I think we probably will want to start prioritizing some kind of crowd control option in the prison depths somewhere. We'll want to make sure we definitely buy something that will allow us to get a blueprint. But I'm not going to stress about it right now. We're just going to save our money. Got to do this strategic level planning to allow space for tactical level victory. That's not what I wanted. Oh, that's really not what I wanted. I did not mean to aggro all of them. Well, it worked out just fine, but... Yeah, I did not mean to fall down to the bottom level there. I was going to try to draw both of the little mushroom guys out and then deal with that situation. Man, shock is very good. The way it arcs through platforms is really nice. Although a little unreliable as well. The Crusher would probably be good enough as a tool for assuring blueprint pulls if you were just allowed to do it when they were at full health. Unfortunately, the slow is sufficient, but because they have to be under 40% before you can even start the process, it will almost certainly kill them before you have the chance to pull the thing out of them. Okay, that's a weapon shop. They really want us to be using ice shards today. That was weird. He just didn't... Not only did he not throw it to the correct platform, but he threw it as a bomb and it, like, exploded before it became Mushroom Boy again. I don't think we've ever seen that behavior before. Alright, combo achieved. And then, of course, you know, it would be nice if we could still keep not taking damage. But now if I fall on some spikes or something, I will be a little bit less crushed. I do really like the number of chests that we always get on this this path as well. Okay, so there is a bonus damage to slow down targets thing. It's not a very large bonus, but still be significant. I think we're probably not going to replace anything here. I guess the smart way to do this would be this. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd rather have my ice shards than my fire blast. Honestly, it's possible that the very intense slow from the ice shards will be enough to let us get a blueprint capture. It totally might be. Because it is pretty serious. Oh, those poor guys. And with their tiny little legs, they can't even climb out of the pool when they see danger coming. I'm trying not to think about the thing I just said, because now I'm positing, like, a whole social structure where, like, the big mushroom guys have to help them in and out of the pool, and how that demonstrates, like, caring and sapience, and... You know, I gotta kill these guys. It's probably best not to be thinking this way. But maybe that's, you know, maybe that's the real lesson of Dead Cells. It's just trying to make us confront man's inhumanity to man, except one of the men is some kind of mold monster that steals dead bodies, and the other man is a tiny fungus. That's called ludonarrative dissonance. Okay, we got a shop left, we got a scroll left. I was really worried when I started talking about taking this path about the difficulty of the Arboretum, but I gotta say, I feel like this is not actually so bad. This I don't love. Here, let's lure this guy this way, and then fall to this side of him so that I can roll through him without having to worry about accidentally spiking myself. You see that? Do you see the level of self-awareness there? I know me. I know my foibles. I know how I will behave when there is a spike wall around. The same way that I behave in all other situations. Irresponsibly. It's another great example of a situation where we definitely have to come up on one particular side of the enemy. Alright, it's the depth stores down there. How do I even... Okay, here we go. Are we good to go? No, there's still stuff. We should probably fight all that stuff. Also, there's that elite. I don't think I care enough to go fight that elite. Elites are worth a fair amount of money, though. I mean, like, we would almost certainly sell the necklace and get ourselves, like, 1,000 gold for it, and that's definitely significant. And it was just a shield guy. A spiky shield roller man. It's the technical term for that enemy. You know, they come from the New Hampshire spiky shield roller men. Okay, it's just the... Okay, there's these two and then one more thing. Probably I could get... You know what? Never mind. I was going to say probably we could just get this good at handling the promenade and then do that thing. Yeah, alright. I'm not too worried about taking a little bit of damage here, as long as it doesn't come with any melees attached. And then, yeah, we burn that for 950. I think it's worth taking a dumb hit for 950 at this point. And so we may as well go back and get the other guy. He's pretty close to a teleporter, too. I don't love fighting him down here. It'll probably be fine. Oh, hey, and we even discovered some cursed fruit that we can sell. Yeah, that ends up being a fair amount of money. And I feel zero remorse about that damage. That is totally fine damage. Wow, none of the teleporters are close to the prison thing at all. I think we have a fairly safe build here for the cursed chest. I mean, like, I know we gotta be within... Ow. That damage I feel a little silly about, because that was, like, super avoidable. We do have to be close to enemies to deal damage to them, but I think we've got tools here. We've got useful tools. And who knows, maybe we're going to get something that will make us even safer from the combo door or the cursed chest. A good bow. Yo, look at that necklace, though. Hold on, we should... No, this is tonic. I'm not taking a tonic. Yeah, three on-stat necklace is a winner, and then also it does a lot of cool stuff. That's a really good find. And again. So both of our items are S-class already. The only question is, like, would we want to re-roll one of them? And the answer is, let's not spend money on it because we're about to hit that chest, I guess. So, what do we want? We certainly don't need the alienation. Getting to a place where we're consistently getting here without needing the alienation is really, really good, by the way. I feel really good about that. We could pick up, like... I don't know that we have a lot of really strong plays. I don't know... Here's a question. Does support affect the damage of the deployed skill? I would imagine it does, right? So this is just like make your crusher more effective. Anytime you're close enough for it to be on, you're close enough to be triggering the support. That seems okay. Again, I feel like I'm taking the same items all the time, I'm taking the same mutations all the time, and I don't want to get in a rut where I am failing to see the coolness of other styles of play. And confining myself to too small an amount of the mechanical space. But at the same time, we know these things work. So it's a 7S. It's a very good weapon. It has pierced the first target. Am I replacing my ice shards? I think probably, for the moment at least. It's a little bit of a shame that it's just a purple item. Like, what I always want from a cursed chest is a colorless thing that we would not normally use in our build. This is a good item to have here, though. It was a good one to unlock. We made some good decisions here. Well, it's basically just the same group of enemies over and over again, huh? I was hoping it would reach, the effect would reach high enough up to kill that bat. Okay. That was not bad at all. That was a really easy one. That said, we are rapidly approaching the part where I where I take a bunch of dumb damage in some other way. There it is. But you know, let's enjoy this. Let's take a moment to revel in while I was briefly successful. Ow. I really didn't see that coming. That dude was not on my radar at all. Okay, good news is the bats do not deal malaise to you when they hit you. We took damage from the bat, not from one of the bombs, so that works out pretty fine. Ooh, that was almost really bad. That was really bad. That's weird. Did we take 2 malaise from that? He hit me with all 3 knives. It's weird. I would get it if it was 1, just like getting hit with the volley at all causes you to take 1, or if each knife dealt malaise. It's weird that it would be 2, though. You know what might be a good idea is hitting my crits. I'm having such a hard time telling when it's one shape moving in the fog versus when it's 2. That was a preventative crusher. That was the guard against me screwing up the crit timing crusher. Oh. Let's try it. Ah, damn it. Come on, come on, come on. Damn it. Of course it's an outfit. Did those guys have the mark last time? You know what, they did, and we were never in a situation where I felt comfortable going for it. Well, now we know. Okay, not too bad. I do feel like this ends up being just exactly yesterday's run, doesn't it? Weren't we here with these weapons? Do I even want to fight that elite? I could probably take him. Yeah, let me relocate the crusher on him and we'll just hopefully burn him down really fast. Oh, right. This thing. Well, I guess the tiny bit of crystal damage doesn't matter as long as I... Oh, I didn't mean to climb up here. Ah, what a time for the crusher to end. Yeah. It's probably worth it for the money. Oh, I thought there was another... Wasn't there another guy over there? Did I kill him accidentally during the fight? I totally might have. That feels like me. just an accidental kill or two. Trying to do it on purpose? No, never. But just sort of bumbling into some free kills without taking extra hits. Sure. Sure, I could believe I did that. And we got our iron cell key nice and early, which is a cool change of pace. And I guess we're just looking for, like, almost anything now, right? To replace the empty skill slot. We fell a lot further than I was expecting to. That right there will do just fine. Oh, it's S rank, too. What a cool random drop. Use the whips. Use the whip to control the bats. Okay. What actually does it have on it? Bonus damage to electrified targets is awesome. Spreads oil, burns victims when they die. Yo! This is a really good one of these. It's also only rank 6, but you know, what are you going to do? You're early in the game. And once again, I managed to take damage, but without gaining any melees, so I was avoiding the important stuff. Hooray! Cowardice! Why would I do that? Why would I attack him with the thing that's not electrical? I tend to tunnel vision on one strategic element at a time. I forget I have my whip when I'm in bow mode, and vice versa, and does not often pay off well for us. I do not think we're going to take this. I like the 2 items we have an awful lot. It's a shame it doesn't sell for more. I feel like the disappointment inherent to getting a legendary but then having to sell it should be offset somewhat by legendaries having a big sell price increase. You know, it doesn't have to be like a huge amount. Just make it 2 or 3 times normal. So instead of like a 650 there, we get like a necklace would sell for close to double that, and triple would make it like a little bit more special, which is cool. Now, why don't you come down here and we'll figure this out. Figure this out in my office. That's not a thing we're going to take, but it's at least interesting. I do like that item too. And given that root is such a powerful status effect, I feel like I would like to find a time to experiment with that a little bit more. Damn it. I was just a little bit too far away from the crusher for it to trigger while he was spinning through it. Okay. That would definitely have been a situation where I was correct to just use the whip. Do we want a laceration aura? I guess there's no chance we want the stuff in the bottom. So, freezing laceration aura, double freezing laceration aura versus our two skills. We could keep the crossbow for our support. Lacerating aura does a lot of damage very quickly. I don't know exactly how long it takes for the crusher to go off. So I don't know if it's 1580 damage per pulse is actually better than 834. Is it 2 seconds? It might be 2 seconds. I'm gonna do the replacement, and our crossbow will be the thing that keeps our support buff active when we're in tough spots here. What am I doing? I know what's in here. I know what's in here, and I know that I want no part of it. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I should go this way and then go through the ancient sewers. We're gonna do ossuary again, but maybe it is better to go through the ancient sewers to Conjunctivius. I'm more likely to get hit a larger number of times against Conjunctivius, but that way I don't have to do Slumbering Sanctuary. Yeah, that may well be right. All right, we got ourselves a crummy outfit. It's just white on white. It's sort of a gray, really, more than a white, but not a fun one, even. There should be no rare outfit drops that aren't fun. So what do we want now? We still have the heart. We technically don't have a melee weapon. So, like, Ripper doesn't work for us. Scheme doesn't work for us. It would be bad with our skills anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Tactical Retreat? Tactical Retreat will be significant against many enemies. I do use my roll a lot. I might roll that way. Hunter's Instinct also obviously is good. What about what's down here? Is there anything down here that we want? We don't really have a... Well, I was going to say we don't really have a source of crits, but I guess with our bow we crit quite a lot. We could, of course, take Disengagement. I don't know that we need it, though. We just don't have a good way of increasing offense very much, is the core problem. Even tactical retreat is not actually offense. And if we're going to take a thing for defense purposes, disengagement probably is a little more effective than the slowdown thing. Probably. So after this, we're fighting the first boss. What do we want to change about our loadout by the time we get to the first boss? Would I feel comfortable going at him with all of these items? I think the answer is yes. I don't really like being close enough to him to have to... as close as we would have to be for lacerating aura to be good. So if we could replace that before the boss, maybe that would be good. But aside from that, I think we're in a pretty good spot, and I like it a lot for this stuff. Oh, I'm a little surprised that that broke his charge. That feels fun. I love this whip. Will they ever design a purple, like, melee weapon, or even melee-like weapon, that I love as much as this whip? And the fans are pretty cool. Here's the thing about cool. It's very nebulous. Even I don't necessarily know what I will find cool. So if you're designing for coolness, it's probably largely a process of trial and error. It's very feelings-based. Boy, where do you think the cursed chest is? Because we would like to hit it early. I don't feel like I have a good sense of the way the area is constructed. You know, the procedure that generates the procedurally generated area, it has rules. You can learn. But I do not feel like I have any kind of good sense for how it decides the location of the cursed chests in locations that have cursed chests. Let's try going in a way that doesn't feel like it's forward. I guess the downside of this is that if we clear out side areas and they turn out not to be the place where the chest is, then we're just lowering the number of enemies that are available. But also, exploring large portions of dungeon to try to activate the Explorer's Rune early is definitely valuable in our search for being able to get this thing done. So I guess explore side areas as much as possible early and just try to get that intel drop as fast as you can is probably the right move. So I'm going to go this way. One thing I do like a little bit, and I know that the platform I just cleared is not a good example. One thing I do like a lot about this bow in particular is that it really increases your intentionality just by nature of its mechanics. Like you can't mash your way through using this bow properly. So we have less of the problems that I was talking about yesterday with just engaging in combat unthoughtfully. Oh, I thought there was a slasher over here. I thought I was going to need a second shot. Okay, do I think that we can stun that guy? Hold on, can we approach that from above? Yes, that's probably a better way to do it. Who needs stuns? It is probably the case that we can find 38. I'm gonna leave this for now. It's probably the case that we can get our Explorer's Rune active with a large enough portion of the dungeon left over. Oh, or we just do it right now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, let's just do it right now. Never mind all that stuff I was about to say. Ooh, do we want to take a knife dance over... I might want to take a knife dance over lacerating aura. It's definitely less damage in total, but it is a little bit safer damage. 428 DPS to multiple enemies around us. Honestly, with shots pierce the first target, realistically, it's going to hit everything. For 4 seconds, plus the 54 contact damage. And it doesn't require me to stay close to them. I can throw out the knife dance, get all the damage from the burst, and then just move. I think we'll do that. Okay, well, we're certainly not doing the elite now. Okay. We got this. We can do this. I sure hope there's not another elite immediately ahead of us. The cooldown of the knife dance is a little bit of a bummer. It really is quite long. It does feel like it sometimes takes a super long time to clear a curse in the ossuary, unfortunately. Get all these weird long hallways, and every second that I have a curse, I'm more tense, even if I'm not actually engaging in combat during that second, just because, you know, like a thing could come down the hallway real suddenly, or, you know, you can't feel safe. Alright, so my plan here is going to be wait for that guy to turn around, and then we roll through here. There we go. Try to destroy the vial very quickly, and then we worry about the slasher. Hooray! I somehow managed to not take damage. Is this down here? Okay, that down there is just a path to avoid doing the thing that I just did. Well, I guess we aggro this guy and we pull him down here, right? Oof. Fail. I failed. Thank you, disengagement. Very, very bad. Sorry. Is this better than our Nerves of Steel? I think I like the Nerves of Steel better. And we had we had a watermelon that we left behind for precisely this reason. Because I might do a real bad job and need it. Should I? Yeah. Those guys are actually fairly hard to fight in a situation like that where you don't have a reliable stun. If I had gone for crits off the bow, that might have been enough to stun him out of his attack. I should probably have tried it. That was malaise I didn't have to take. That said, it's also malaise that we're in a very good position to just deal with. It's weird that that one slime knew we were here. I guess maybe I tagged him with the blade dance. I was wondering if it was actually necessary to double jump. It turns out it is, and now we all know. I'll call that elevator and then just check this out real quick. There's a lot of weird branching in this place. Oh, S-rank heavy turret. I mean, that's gotta be... right? It doesn't spread oil, it doesn't have bonus damage against targets, but... yeah, it just does more damage and gives us even more damage, and we can re-roll the traits on it a little bit. It turns out we're basically rich, so... we are just rolling in it. How about, instead of stunning them, we just kill them? What if? The ultimate crowd control were applied. Did that guy jump? Was he about to execute some kind of acrobatic maneuver? I feel like he leapt into the air. He was about to do something really cool before I cut it short tragically. He spent his whole life training for this. Just years. Years of 14-hour days in the dojo. And then he finally saw his moment, and he leapt dramatically into the air and then exploded. I feel like, and again, memory, I have no idea what our actual count is from run to run. But I feel like this is more scrolls of our main color than we often have as we approach the boss fight. We have been doing a good job in hitting all of our curses. That's not great. That was a real embarrassing whiff there. I wonder if there's a consistent number of floor runes that you're expected to get. Hold on, how is... Oh, I see. We may as well go kill that other guy too, right? As long as we're rolling in a Scrooge McDuck-style money pile here, we may as well stack it all the way to the top of the vault. I wonder if there's a set number of challenge rooms that appear on a run. I feel like I don't see challenge rooms. Like I don't even see a challenge room per run. We're gonna leave this for right now. We'll come back. I'm wondering how much of that is me just like not seeing them and how much of that is variance. Because if there is if the number of challenge rooms per run is random, that feels like a pretty big factor to be randomized, right? Any randomization in the number of... Ow. Yep. Fun. Super good and fun. This is why we waited. Thank you, disengagement. I really thought there was going to be enough space. I don't have a good enough intuitive sense of how big the area of that attack is. Oh, I'm really glad that actually worked that time. You know, a lot of the time it doesn't actually let us roll through that the way that I would like to. If it had not worked there, we would certainly have taken a whole bunch of damage. All right. I'm gonna roll through and just Q and whip, and hopefully it'll be good enough. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit trickier of a situation than we often see. So I did not get my combo, did I? We were probably pretty close there. I wasn't actually watching it. But we were probably pretty close, and that probably made it impossible. That's a shame. Okay, so we found the exit. We're still in a place where watermelon plus cough syrup gets us back to... Well, it doesn't quite get us back to actually full health, but it gets us real close, and it puts us on 0 malaise. So I can feel pretty good about that. Is there anything else that we missed? There is that elite here, who I bet we could take. We get to prep for it and stuff. Yeah, this should be fine. Ah, too early. I think it was worth the trouble. Alright, so it's... Oh, yeah. There is also, like, a whole extra area over here, which I guess we should feel out. There's my rune. There's an on-color scroll, so we do have to do this. There's also a secret room down here. Oh, right. This is the one that doesn't have any things in it, and then you roll through the wall to get the stuff. Or you roll through the wall to get a book. I didn't come here to read. I don't even have eyes. And if I did have eyes, I wouldn't use them to read. How's reading gonna help you down here in this nightmare? Use my eyes to each hold an extra knife. No? Wow, that didn't bleed him at all. I guess he's made of, like, stone. Oh, man. Okay. We almost took damage from that guy down there. Oh, we know that particular elite ability does a really huge amount of damage, like an exaggeratedly huge amount of damage, so that could have been real bad. Also, this guy's his attack range ended like maybe a centimeter below our feet up there. Real scary stuff. Okay, a shop. A shop is a good reason to have come down here. Yeah, not even close. What have we here? Okay, weapons. So these are 8s. That's not like a huge amount better. The best thing we could possibly get from this shop would not be better enough than our current gear for us to spend money on it, I think. Like, I know we're gonna get out of this without having spent a huge amount. Oh, right, I have to keep climbing. We're gonna get out of this without having spent a huge amount in the ossuary food shop, but we are still going to want to have a bunch of money for later shops. We can't just afford to throw everything away. Plus, if it turns out there is a food shop in the Cavern, which is a thing I did not look up, then obviously it would be real good to have 20,000 gold when we find that. Yeah, man, the heavy turret. What a powerful companion. Also, nerves of steel. What a powerful companion. Alright, there we go. So, 15 on color stat. It feels good. That feels like a good number. There's a thing here which we probably... I don't know if I care enough about it to figure out how to get to it. Let's just buy our stuff and get out of here. So we're still going to have like 30,000 gold. We could do a little bit of trait rerolling for the boss fight. I don't know exactly what we're looking for. It's like, obviously, the biggest damage bonus is associated with hitting frozen targets, because it's the least abusable, right? You don't get to freeze a target and then just sit there and wail on them while they're frozen. You unfreeze them when you hit them. But there's a 60% damage bonus associated with bleeding. There's a 100% associated with people who are covered in burning oil. And all of that is the kind of stuff we want to try to build synergies for. 75 damage on rooted targets. That's a pretty good modifier for a pretty good status effect. So maybe we should be building for that, like really prioritize items that root and then try to get that damage bonus on stuff. So just normal burning is a pretty small bonus. The bonus against bleeding targets is decent. Poisoned is pretty decent. There is some chance, I guess, that we could get poison on this bow, probably, and then be able to take advantage of that with the heavy turret. I don't really want to roll off shots pierce the first target, though. I think our traits on this are pretty bad. Let's dig for something. You know, those arrows are okay. And I do like keeping victims burn when they die. We just need more ways of installing bleeds. I guess we have the knife dance, so that'll help a little bit. Our nerves of steel does bonus damage to a bleeding target. Let's reroll this guy. Take 25% less damage when you're near it. Interesting. I want to see... We'll do one more. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Obviously, when destroyed is not too exciting on a turret. I just really wanted to see a bonus damage against bleeding targets on that. Okay. Let's try to get through this without embarrassing ourselves, taking damage from that ground wave in a really stupid way, which is a thing I seem to do very consistently. So get the good turret out, bleed him, and then hit a couple of these. And don't tunnel vision. I don't like the way we are sometimes stunning him out of stuff. It's hard for me to tell when he's actually going to complete a leap. Okay. Ooh. First of all, hooray we did it. Secondly, I'm so glad the boss fight ended at that moment because we were absolutely going to get hit by that jump. So... hooray. Hooray on so many different accounts. Alright, give me all of these. And sadly, as ever, no actual loot from the boss. But we get we get access to the no-hit door, and the no-hit door, I believe, has a legendary in it, guaranteed. So we might get something real fun here. Also, we get to drop off... I don't know that I want this, honestly. It's good damage. You can't argue with that. But it's not really... unless you're getting the crit, it's not actually that much better than the electric whip, and it doesn't have any of the bouncing around or shocking effects of the electric whip. It doesn't combo particularly well with anything we have. It just doesn't fill any roles that we needed to fill. Sadly. I think we're just tossing that. That's a shame. And then 512 is not quite enough to get us a 10% boost here. But we get real close. 30 cells off of another 5%. I do not have anything for you. Alright, this is where the tough part of the run begins. It is a shame that it feels like such an accomplishment just to get here when this is where things are going to go wrong. But hey, we made it here with 0 malaise, almost full health, full flask, and we still have the heart. Like, really good. To have done this 2 days in a row, I think represents really, really good forward progress. I should probably have just whipped those guys, because they were standing in water. I don't know what I was thinking. Whew, okay. That was a little harrowing, with my inability to see the dude. I feel like I'm doing a lot of guessing where enemies are, and then, like, new bats are spawning on us constantly. Yeah, like this. I'm not even moving into the range of bats. It's bats that definitely already existed, just becoming aware of us very slowly. Okay, screw those guys. I know that dude up there sees us. Yeah, man, when your on-color stat count is just like a little higher than normal, you can really feel the difference in damage. No thank you, Elite. Clumsy. Hey, why don't you come down here? There we go. So that's just 5 cells. I don't actually care that much about that. Yo, are these dudes always this big? That's not the size that enemy is, right? We're gonna have to fight the Elite. Oh, no, we don't. He's in a corner. Well, screw that. We'll deal with you once I've comboed. Hold up, hold up, hold up. I want this scroll first. Now, I'm not necessarily wild about the position of that spinning enemy there. Also, I'm not sure even what we were shooting. Okay, apparently it was the fog generator. Did you clear the platform? No. I knew that there were two shooters there, so I was trying to be very respectful of that. Whew. It is nice for your weapon to be able to get the job done in a single shot. Yo, Carbine. How are you, my friend? I don't think we take it, honestly. I guess we could leave the choice here. It's only 700 gold. So the question is, as we go up into the cavern, would I rather have... I think I'd rather have the weapon we currently have. I think I'm just going to sell this. We could come back here for some extra murders later. Well, after we've turned on the level, if we want. Oh. Hard to imagine, but I'm going to leave it. You know, a situation could potentially arise, I suppose. 9S explosive decoy. That's a pretty good explosive decoy. And obviously, these things have value. I think that was something about my desk, was what that noise was. I have no idea. I will investigate later. Usually, though, you don't want the surface that you're sitting at to suddenly make a noise like that. Oh, I didn't see him in time. Okay, well, at least we recouped a lot of the health, but that's a shame. That was a big combo that we dropped. Yes, we should take this. And it looks like we do not have much of a choice with this elite. This one is actually in the way. Alright, we're going to wait for that guy to turn around, and then... Ooh, that was a little close. Wait, hold on. We'll evaluate that in a second. It is another triple purple, so there is at least a chance. But I did not want to do it while getting shot at. So we lose the burn the ground when you run and gain not really anything that I care about, I think. Oh, sorry, that's... Here we go. That's how you do that. 14 kills is like... There's still plenty of time for us to combo here. And I imagine the combo door after the Slumbering Sanctuary probably has a pretty high quality of loot in it. That said, getting through the Slumbering Sanctuary and just leaving as quickly as possible is certainly potentially valuable. We are a little bit past the point of me caring about every individual enemy. I think we've juiced up our gold a reasonable amount early on. And now I just really want to make sure we're not missing any scrolls. Which unfortunately means that we probably do need to be pretty thorough in our exploration. At the very least, enough to get our rune to trigger. Oh boy. A little bummed out that that wasn't a one-shot. Although I guess there was no reason for me to think it would have been, based on the damage we were seeing on those guys last run. Should have known it would be 2. Oh, interesting. I knocked him out of the air by, like, touching him. I need you to come... Yeah, there we go. Down to the ground. Ow. Okay, with this bow firing an arrow upward, it does inflict a little bit of damage and pull them down. So that's good to remember. We could take a quick shot just to pull them down to set them up for the big one. No, that's probably a no. Obviously, combo looking, you know, a little unlikely. Okay, this is this thing. Ooh, today it was a more valuable gem. I choose to believe that that is the castle trying to communicate with us. There's a peace offering. Okay. That is a platform we probably ought to go visit. Okay, there we go. Oh, you know what? The electric whip will be really good for knocking those guys out of the air too. Wow, my face. Yeah, ouch. Is this flask territory? Probably. Oof. Or maybe I will just fall in a clumsy way. I would swear to you that I told it to stomp, and it definitely didn't stomp, but I sure wanted to stomp. I feel like this is probably not very difficult for you to believe, given the frequency with which I stomp, even in situations where it is not warranted. Should we drink? We're not even at the giant yet. So, it's not that big of a deal to be missing one flask charge, but we are effectively missing one already from the heart being gone. So I would love to see this resolved via watermelon. I'm just not even going to bother with that golem. Huh. I don't know, man. We should take it. Alright, I'm going to take it. We should take it. And this gives us a very good reason not to worry about drinking for a little while. But there are totally still areas where we know there are things, right? So yeah, that's an upgrade. So this is the door to the cavern. So we can go back in that side door that we cleared out and try to do this without having to be cursed against cavern enemies. And then there's still potentially stuff over here. We don't even really know. I think the best thing to do is going to be to walk this way. It is a tense moment. It is always a tense moment. Okay, let's approach that from a different direction. I do not want to deal with elite energy damage bullshit while we are cursed. Actually, is this the right way to do this? Should we go back to here? There's a bunch of enemy statues here. We could probably clear our curse this way. Little harrowing, little tiny bit scary. Okay, that one's not so bad. This one I feel confident. Got him. I feel pretty good about that from a strategic standpoint. Oh my god, hit your crits. Hit your crits. Okay, ooh. One more. It's that guy too. That's not a bad one. Ooh. I'm gonna drink. We are preserving a powerful run here. I should drink. Alright. How much more do we want to run around in here? It looks like there's a whole area up there. We should go this way. We should, at the very least, do enough of the level to trigger the rune and feel some kind of certainty that we have all the scrolls. The good news about the Slumbering Sanctuary is that you never have to worry just... Damn it. You never have to worry just having gotten to the end that it will be dangerous to take the... I was hoping we could get a stun there. That it will be dangerous to take the cursed chest because there might not be enough enemies. The bad news is you have to worry about all of the other kinds of danger. Okay, let's see if we can lure that guy, far enough away from the training dummy. Oh, I don't like this. I don't think he's aware of us yet. Nope, he totally is. Ow. Ow. Yeah, I was gonna try to loop around and catch the training dummy from the other side there. Well, you remember how I was saying I don't know what the situation would look like where we would take a cursed cherry? We might be in it. This is not a bad time to do a thing like that. Yes, I did grab that. Okay. Yeah, see? Glad we didn't leave early. Damn it. Get up. There we go. Oh, never mind. I don't know. It came out and I assumed it would be colorless. And I was like, we might. Maybe. But... Can I go in here? Oh, okay. I know how this works now. I'm not sure we're going to be able to do it because of our fire. Somebody just told me, and to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not 100% sure that I would have figured it out on my own, but the trick is you just have to not break any of the doors. You have to go through the whole thing without breaking any of the doors, and this is what unlocks the door item. You have to be very polite to the doors. So we're not going to smash. We're just going to walk very normally. I'm really glad to see that our fire doesn't break them. I do think this is super funny as a thing that, like, most players will never even consider doing. You proved your worth. Hooray! We unlocked the weird door item. I think it's super cool. I'm happy to have it. I mean, hold on. We haven't unlocked it yet. We do have to make it back to the collector. Let's not count our chickens before they are collected. Okay, scroll fragment, which we do need. Shop, which I would like to see. I mean, this is a small number of enemies. I wonder if the statues are... I bet the statues are not yet counted as enemies, though, so the most dangerous stuff isn't represented. Okay, whew. As if the electric whip needed another way in which it was really fantastic. It's like any enemy that's standing in water is just automatically defeated for free. Funny how I didn't really think through the implications of that one. Didn't really even consider dropping out the ground beneath the bomb. Okay, now we can leave. Okay, this is just the door to the sepulcher, although there's probably a teleporter at the end of it. We should... Alright. Let's go check out the shop. Shop could have stuff in it that's relevant. No. No, thank you. I think I'm good. So these are 9s. So we could potentially get a thing here that is an upgrade. What am I looking for? What would I like more than a whip or the bow that we currently have? I mean, the blowgun could do some real damage. Yeah, 21,000 DPS on crits. The bonus damage on electrified targets probably won't matter much because if we've electrified something, it will probably have turned around already. I do like shots pierced, though. That's really not that expensive for the quality of upgrade that I think it represents. Obviously, it means we can't just blow stuff up from the front anymore, though. You know what? Let me give this another pull or two here. There will probably, first of all, we're doing just fine. Secondly, there will probably be shops in the cavern that will be a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and eat this cherry. And we're at the point in the run where I'm not going to be too precious about our flask anymore. If we get up to a reasonable amount of melees, we'll just end up flasking it off. Yeah, so I think we're cool. I think we're cool to go. I don't really want to fight every little enemy in here because terror. We got all of our scrolls. Let's just move. But hell yeah, second day in a row in the cavern, huh? Granted, it's the same strategy. We've proven that there's one strategy that I can use to get to the cavern. To be fair to myself, I bet I could ride an alchemical carbine out here as well. Do we want to like unlock a new thing? Maybe get ourselves a new high tier turret. What's our turret right now? Our turret's an 8S, and it's a really good kind of turret as well. And I actually really like the knife dance for applying the bleed. I think we're gonna hold off for the moment. Reforges. Do we want to try to get some better modifiers on this, maybe? I like the bonus damage on electrified targets, of course. And I like the pierce... You know what? Generates a toxic cloud around the trap combined with bonus damage to poison targets is so good. We should probably not mess with that. And I'm cool with our mutations. Unfortunately, you cannot sell off a spent heart. As a frustrating way to effectively lose 2 flask charges, but it does not help to dwell on it. It's not even like a strategic error, because I meant to stomp. You know me, I always stomp. I don't know, I stupid-fingered or something. My hands just didn't do the thing that my brain wanted my hands to do. Alright, take it slow, be careful. Let's see if we can pull these guys over into their doom. Can I get your attention from here? They might be too far away. We might have to get a little closer. Alright. Well then. Let's go beneath. Hold on. Well, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, let's go beneath and try to deal with some of these guys this way, and then we'll climb up and fight the other guys. Okay. Yeah, this platform up here looks a little scary. Okay. That didn't go that badly. Shoot. Come on, get down. You know, honestly, we don't even really need him to get down. With the electric whip, I kind of forgot about the power of the electric whip against enemies who are slightly above you. The electric whip actually solves all problems. It turns out we're fine. At this point in the run, are we in a place where it makes sense to just leave the biome if we find the door, even if we don't know if we have the chests? We might be, honestly. I think Ice Grenade's going to be bad against the boss. Get worse against the boss than the things we currently have, so let's just... All of our items right now are things we're just thinking about their utility against the giant. Huh. This is a thing we've not seen before. It requires the oh, hey, I remember the garland key. That's the one that looks like the candy cane. Okay, so I guess the door that you need, it's a 4-cell door. Okay. Okay. I do not remember how we got the garland key. It wasn't in that big weird side area, was it? The one where you have to do like all the weird jumps over spikes and lava? No, bad. Okay. Whew. Good to have a powerful electric whip. What is this? Oh wait, hold on. That was a crate of something. I should investigate the crate. It could be full of goods. It's a crate full of 10++ tentacle. do not think it's a good idea to get rid of our electric whip, but hey, that's a pretty good piece of gear. Okay. Yeah, not bad. So you get item level 10 stuff in the cavern. Boy, I wonder how high it gets by the end of the run. Like when you're up in the distillery, are you seeing like 11s and 12s? Yeah, I love the fact that the electric whip will attack almost straight upward. Damn it, I was hoping I would finish him off before that. There it is. We got there eventually. Also, what a bad moment for my phone to start ringing. The vibrating in my pocket scared the entire hell out of me. At some point you'd think I would get used to it, but nope. It's always scary, every single time. I just Mario stomped that guy. He was gonna fly up, and I bounced on his head and it knocked him back to the ground. I did not realize that that was even a mechanic in this game. I mean, it's probably not. It's probably just weirdness with these particular enemies. They definitely have some unique weirdness. Okay, one down. We can only access him from directly above. Okay. Could have gone worse. I don't have to fight this dude. What am I doing? He could have food. He definitely doesn't have stats, but he could have food. I'm just gonna leave well enough alone. How about some of that? How about some very uncharacteristic leaving well enough alone? Maybe you could stop teleporting around so erratically. I'm doing a horrible job on these crits. Why did I do that? That was like guaranteed to get me hit. Alright, like I said. Less precious about the flask. Let's try to get through this. Oh! Good job, turret. That was not exactly how I thought that was going to go. Boy, I kind of want to find the Garland key now. I wish I... We found it the first time we came to the cavern, right? I don't... It was just... Was it just in a normal secret area? Ah, I wish I remembered. Okay, I don't love this. So it looks like if we might be able to go underneath. I don't really want to fight this crow while having that other guy shooting at me, but I think we probably don't have a choice. Let's wait for him to walk away at least. Yeah, okay, he kind of walks away. Looks like his patrol area is not very large. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And it turns out that we actually can't... Yeah, okay, I have to go under. I don't like this. Okay, there's a platform below us here, it looks like. Yes. Boy, this is terrifying. And this is not the intended way forward. So you are supposed to jump from here to there, just sort of like a hook jump? Yo, I don't like that. And I'm really worried that if we screw this up, we're going to take such a huge amount of embarrassing faulty or death damage. Yep. Okay. It's the same height as this platform, so like we know we can climb that high. I just have to jump earlier. I'm trying really hard to fall onto this platform below us, and it's not working. So this seems impossible to traverse then. Hold on a second, I have an idea. Can I not? Okay, let me pop my head off while facing this way. damn it. You can stick to ceilings with it. Can't you? Pretty sure. Maybe not. Oh, wait. What? What did I do? Now my head is in that guy. Ow! What? What? What is happening? Hold on just a damn second here. I was trying to use my head to make sure that I could actually climb that. What? Oh. It does... My head does poison damage to enemies. You know, the counselors always told me my mind was like a poison, and I never knew what they meant. I'm gonna... Die? I'm gonna die. I'm gonna... Okay. That time we finally made it. Yo, that was a nightmare. That sucked a lot, and we took a huge amount of damage there for... Like, that wasn't even a combat difficulty. Shit, do I drink again and go into this with only one flask? If I don't, we're just gonna die, right? Yeah. Also, I didn't talk to the collector after the slumbering sanctuary. We didn't turn in the door blueprint. After I was just talking about how I always do that thing where I unnecessarily talk to the collector. Okay, I'm all of a sudden just terrible. I don't know, man. I just lost it at some point in the run there. It just, like, I could feel it draining out of me. Whew. It's a lot of time to ask a guy to focus. That's a really frustrating way for that to end. But we totally got to the cavern a second time, and not only got to the cavern a second time, but, like, got to the cavern in really good shape. I have to say, on the whole, I think that was a really good episode. It's just the ending was a real bummer. And basically everything that led to me losing resources in both the Slumbering Sanctuary and the Cavern was a real bummer. Anyway, that's going to have to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Dumb mistakes aside, very heartening. Very heartening that we were able to reproduce the progress. When you come back next time, tomorrow, we're just going to reproduce it again, aren't we? And we'll see you then.